Here we have our incredible 68 Ford F-250, two-owner, all-original Survivor. This has always been a Northwest truck. It was bought brand new at McComb Ford out of this kind of a southern Washington. We use no salt on the road, so this is really a rust-free, solid truck. All original paint and body in this gorgeous original, it's kind of like a olive green with the Wimbledon white on the bottom there. It's the Ranger package, so it's got all the chrome bumpers, chrome grille. It's got the thin chrome trim along the sides. It's got the chrome style trailer mirrors, which are all in really good shape still. It's a camper special. It's got a bunch of receipts on over a couple $1,000s worth of work done. It's got brand new tires all the way around. These were all done a few years ago, but it's got very few miles on it. I think it's only got a couple thousand miles on the tires. All new brakes around all four corners. It's a power brake, power steering. Let's see if you can see the tread there. We just put a new master cylinder on there. We had did the exhaust manifolds. One side was cracked, so we put a brand new exhaust manifold on the motor. But this thing's just got just that killer looking original patina. You know, it's just that surface rust where the paint's gotten baked off from the sun and years of polishing. But in some of the pictures it's hard to show, but you can see here in the camera how beautiful and glossy this original paint still is. And this is guaranteed 100% original body and paint. We had new glass put in it. And the glass guy's got to come back out and put the rearview mirror in, but that's really about it. So, you know, it's going to have a lot of little nicks and chips. I mean, the thing's got some age to her. She's a few decades old. But you can see it's got that killer kind of shop truck, you know, original weathered look that, you know, it can be sitting still, and you know, you could tell it's just kind of told its story. But this thing has never been used and abused. Inside the bed just has the paint worn away and just do surface rust. No rust holes. I mean, you can see how straight that tailgate is. No abuse there. The bulkhead, nice and straight. Still got the glossy paint. It's got a weird little hole that was cut out and welded in. It was done actually probably a long time ago. But it's got these cool old style anchors that are put in all four corners and in the middle. But so we'll get in here and get a little bit closer, try to describe some of the flaws. But to me, this thing is you know, basically just character flaws. It just, you know, looks killer at every angle. You know, you're gonna have your chips, you know, and then they kind of get the surface rust in those areas. This area is a little bit duller, you know, hasn't been down there and waxed, but you could get in there with a little waxing pad and get it to shine up a little bit. All your lights work. It's got really nice trim. I mean, this is really soft aluminum, so these things get damaged and bent in really easy, so it's pretty incredible to see. It shows, you know, it's got a 5-digit odometer, so we don't really have a mile log showing the exact miles, but by the condition of it and the wear and tear and the paint and how clean this is and the color of all how nice the color is on all the lenses, they're not faded out or cracked. And the wear on the brake pads, or the brake pedals, the gas pedal pad on the interior, we believe the miles are original, just a little over 101,000. But, you know, everybody's got their own opinion, so it's got a little scuff down here from God knows what, but you're going to have your little chips, you know, typical stuff. Nice, it's not all dented in right here. No cowl dent, no rust, but you know, got your little wear. I'll go really slow because there's going to be more than I'll be able to describe just because of the age. But it's got this really cool, you know, from years of filling up the gas where it's slightly worn through the paint, but it's still nice and smooth and glossy. You can see, hopefully I can get a reflection there, you can see some of the gloss. Got a little wear and tear from going inside and out, some of the door edge wear. But look at that top, there's no cracks, stress cracks, no rust. A lot of times you get some really bad rust right here. It's got a weird little hole that's drilled in, but even back there you can see the paint's in nice shape. This is how the gas caps came. They came body color. You know, you got a little door edge markings, but this is just surface rust, just from years of kicking up some stone chips and rubble going down the road. It's got a slight ding right there. No rust, bubbles, just really nice solid Northwest body. And look how clear that lens is. I mean, these things usually just get baked and just kind of like a pink color. And the Ranger trim looks real nice. It's got these side anchors in there. Kind of your typical old man truck stuff. You know, you got your bedside wear and tear, but to me that looks killer. This is just how I like to have my old trucks. I don't like the repaints. I just like the nice original ones. You can see your wear on the tailgate. Tailgate opens up, nice. Closes nice and easy. Look at that. I mean, look at those tailgate gaps. I mean, usually you're gonna get one side that's just hammered into the body. If not, it's just great shape. You got the original bumper. It's cool to see. It's got the original tag on it. Look at that tail lens. I mean, there's just no. Usually get these cracks along here, you know, and then water gets in there and just tears them up. But there is not a single crack in any of these lenses. Really nice. Oh, you got a little ding here. Really nice looking rear trim panel. That's why I love the Ranger package trucks, because they come with all this nice trim. I mean, I love them all the 67 to 72 trucks, and the other body styles, but this body style really is one of my favorites. In the Chevy and the Fords, that era is just got killer body lines, got great color options. This is still intact, nice condition. You know, this is just a thin, like, aluminum liner. It's got original, you know, period type chains. I don't think they've ever been used. Some extra belts and parts. That stuff closes nice. You can see it's not all rested. A lot of times these will fall out or get hung up on something and they'll just be completely ripped off, but really nice. Look at the body lines even around that little toolbox are just phenomenal. And the doors, wait till you hear how these doors shut. I mean, it just sounds like a vault when you shut these things. It has that killer classic sound of a door shutting, no door sag or hinge issues. You got a slight ding right here. No hole drilled over here, but again, you can see there's a little ding on the roof there. But you can see there's no rust, no stress cracks. This is just a little scratch. But look at that chrome trim. Got a little pitting on both the handles. Now this is kind of typical trailer mirror stuff. It looks like something might have got, I mean, the mirror's in phenomenal condition. You know, those things always, you know, but it looks like maybe it's a nice soft little ripple. So it didn't do any paint damage, so it's hard to see, especially if it's oxidized. You really won't see it at all, but when it's all shined up like now, it'll stick out a little more at you. You can see the cowl's got no rust and has, but it's got the same kind of faded killer patina. I still got the gloss that goes over it. Look at that beautiful shine. Nice condition. None of the supports are broken. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, just look how nice that is. I mean, there's no dirt in there. The camper's gone, so on this side it's just a special. But those are easy to chase down. But I don't know why. I like leaving things like that. It kind of tells the character of the truck, shows its life. Interior, I mean, the interior light works. Headliner's in good condition, still intact, nice and bright white. This looks like it's had an additional helper screw put in. Dash pad's got some cracks. Inside here, you'll find a stack of receipts, original owner's manual, old bus fuse box, and that's the review mirror. So hopefully we get that guy out here. But you'll find these throughout the engine bay and the driver's door, where the guy, you know, it's kind of a lot of stuff that happened like back in the 70s and stuff. 80s, people get label makers and stuff like that. So those can be taken off easily. Goof off to get the goo off, but I like leaving that stuff. Shows its character. I mean, look how clean. The stereo does work, everything moves, and you can hear a little bit of sound, so I don't think the speakers work, and you can hear a little bit of fuzz sound. But that's it. Original carpet, sun-dyed, but still, amazingly, it's not all matted down. It's still the nice, tightly woven little round loops. Look at the door jambs. No stress cracks. You'll get cracks in here sometimes and rust. You're getting out of that. Look at the dog legs there, just really nice, just your surface rust. I mean, the gas tank's got nice shiny paint. You got your original parts loop, parts number there. Nice shiny, but obviously you can see the top of the seat is split down the middle, and they used green duct tape at one time. That's also been sun-dyed. I mean, you can kind of see how the green, you know, is sun-dyed and changes color. Probably had like a, you know, like some type of armrest or center console here because it's still the original nice green, but I just think it looks cool like that. You know, it's hard to believe these aren't just laying down here getting hung up. I mean, they just pull right back in. Armrest got a little bit of wear. Nice door locks. Really just a green shiny paint. But so yeah, so these obviously still work. You can see the light goes out. That's always killer to see. But just listen to that sound, is just unbelievable. Great looking door gaps. Nice and straight. And even along here, look how straight that is. The hood isn't out of adjustment anywhere. You know, a lot of times you'll have them high or low in the front or back. So I definitely don't think this motor's ever been pulled out. It's really clean underneath the hood. But we'll finish off the interior over here. You know, the exhaust manifolds were professionally done. Excellent work. You know, we could have just left them with that little bit of fluttering sound, but those things can be a pain, so we wanted to make sure it was done before we sold it to the next guy. There's the VIN plate. You can see there's never been any tape lines overspray. Again, you see those cool little label maker decals. A little dusty and a little dirty in places, but nice and honest. But you'll come in here and you'll have your wear right here, because the way these you know, these floorboards go like this. I mean, I even find myself coming in here, and then to pull yourself in, you can see exactly where your foot goes. So that's where the wear is. A little delaminating on the Ford, but got all your, look how clean those gauges are. All your gauges work. Even got the original decal for the cargo light. But look at that little bit of pedal wear. I mean, you have just a little bit here, and that's what I'm thinking. This thing probably is 101,000 original miles, because the drivetrain looks original. Doesn't look like it's ever been pulled. You know, no rust at all. Nice solid metal. Even these are still intact. The only gas tank we've been using is this one, and the second owner told us the same thing, so we're going with that. But again, look at that seat belt. It's just incredible. Oh, this armrest, in case you didn't see it, it's got some cracks and stuff, but on both sides it's green. It's really nice condition. Your knobs are nice, you know, not pulled off. I mean, all you old car guys know that most of the times these are missing, oftentimes these are missing, or the vinyl's gone. Just all those items that, you know, a lot of times, you know, your pedal pads are gone. But it's just, I mean, just a little effort. I mean, I'm just like this far away, and it just sounds like a, you know, like closing a high quality suitcase or something. Look at that panel gaps, it's beautiful. And the color on the lens, again, no cracks, no fading. But you look, there's that beautiful. But you see, look at that paint. I mean, we still got the rubber pad right here. No splitting. All this original bumper line, or fender bolts. Got the original jack. No rust. You can see there's the new exhaust manifold. Put a new master cylinder on also, but everything else is new. Axle seals, shoes, drums, all that stuff, and that's included in the receipt, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in the description. But again, look at that, it's just outstanding condition. Looks like the water pump was replaced, you know, not real recent, but not too long ago also. You can still see remnants of the original decal. And then this side, just the gasket was replaced, but also went through and replaced these, so you're not going to ever have to worry about the bolt breaking off in there. It's now a stud and nut system, which is a better way to go. Original dealer markings. I mean, you can see up in the cowl, no rust. Sometimes they'll get bubbles there, and that is a nightmare if that ever happens. This one's just solid as can be. I mean, look at the original pad is still here for the hood, and that's probably why it lines up so good. And look at how little the breakdown is on that thing. I mean, it's nuts. Nice glossy paint. It's not, you know, look how easy the hood hinges move. You know, they don't get hung up. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and fire that up. Okay, there's that pad. I mean, it's a manual choke, but you know, this thing's just fires right up. I mean, man, it's just crisp and quiet. Quiet as a church mouse there. And the choke is slightly pulled out still because it's a little cold. We're going to get her warmed up and go for a driving video. But hopefully you guys can stick around for that. Check out all the photos and descriptions. Let's check out the cold start video we do. So I'm going to go ahead and close it up. This is going to be no reserve on this killer original 68 Survivor. Alright, there it is. It'll be 7-day auction and going to the highest bid. Good luck.